When it comes to my students and how they learn, nothing else matters. My name is Harley Inwood and I'm here to talk to you about my educational philosophy. There have been many moments over my post-school life which have guided me into education. My love for working with children, peers believing I would make a great teacher, and the positive encounters I experienced as a student, which I would love nothing more but to recreate for the future generation. When I think of myself as a teacher, I think of someone who is accepting, someone who thrives off being a figure that students can look up to, and somebody who is community driven, because there is little doubt that education has played a crucial role in transforming societies. I do not want to reflect the beliefs of functionalism, which assign roles and emphasise meritocracy. I resonate strongly with Gandhi's proposal, which intended to stand the education system on its head. What he called basic education favoured children belonging to the lowest layer of society. Gandhi implied a program of social transformation which sought to alter the symbolic meaning and opportunities for education. When I think of my students, I want to show social transformation which works towards change. It allows pathways to be chosen by choice and not society's expectations, which extend the opportunities that flow from education. I do not wish to be an educator that favours students. Every student will be equal and treated fairly with equity. It is all good and well to say, I want to make a difference, but without providing my students with these pathways, I would not be living up to my developing educational philosophy. It is important to me that I create a teaching environment that is inclusive, regardless of gender, race, family, or cultural backgrounds. This aligns with the Melbourne Declaration on Educational Goals for Young Australians, which states a commitment to action by improving educational outcomes for Indigenous youth and disadvantaged young Australians, especially those from low socio-economic backgrounds. If we are going to achieve our transformative goals as educators, we need to be able to understand the link between educational experiences and the meanings people attach to them. Post-structuralism requires us to understand that meanings can change, and we all circulate these meanings. They are not natural and are produced in context. As an educator, I want to look beyond what society often rewards. The assumptions we make about people often shape educational retention. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, under 37% of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people aged 20 or older have completed Year 12 or equivalent studies. As an educator, I want to create a classroom with a holistic approach to give all students the opportunity to understand and accept agents of socialisation and how they affect our learning. I currently coach an under-10s rugby league team, and I find it very helpful in discovering what it is I want to achieve as a future teacher. When it comes to my footy team, I want to be a coach that is not viewed as a mean and grumpy man. I want to have a relationship with my players that connects deeper, where they can see I care about them as individuals and not just another number. This is the approach I want to take into my teaching, where I care about my students and that there is more to just getting them through their schooling with passes. I really enjoyed reading Nell Nodding's approach on the ethics of care and education, which links nicely with the story. She was deeply influenced by her own experience of being taught, as have I, which is why I relate to it so well and take my approach to teaching the way I do. Schooling played a central role in Nodding's life. Her early experiences with caring teachers contributed to a lifelong interest in teacher and student relations. I aspire to become a teacher that sees past mythical norms and cares about all my students. It is my duty as a teacher to make sure I am a positive influence and help my students to understand their peers have different family, culture, religion and educational goals and views. Going back to my footy team, I strongly believe I can mould my educational philosophy from what I've learned in 5 years of coaching them. I see my children in the team as I see my future students, a group of children who are brought together by difference to achieve the same end goal. As a coach, I know what it feels like to be the only male role model in a child's life. This is something I'll take very seriously as a future educator, because sometimes we just don't understand how influential we can be. I dream of becoming a teacher that generates love for education by showing care and creating a classroom environment where all children feel safe, free of judgment, and that they can be their authentic self. Every player is different, and each one has certain strengths and weaknesses. I must understand how they learn and design training sessions based on this. This will be the same when I become an educator. Standard 1 of the Australian Professional Standards for Teachers states we are expected to know our students and how they learn. Although forever changing, the current message of my educational philosophy is to bring change to the community and the students within it by demonstrating care and being a role model that is influential by bringing positivity and acceptance of all students to the classroom. Thank you.